Hi, hello, namaste, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Manjunath Patanchetti and you're watching Physics Square. So, you people have studied about how to measure the distances. While measuring the distances, we measured the distances or the length in terms of two categories. One was the largest length, another one was the smallest length. As according to our NCERT syllabus, we studied about parallax method as well as how to measure the size of a molecule. So, in today's class, let us start with how to measure the time. So, today we will be discussing about how to measure the time, what exactly our time is, how time is measured, what is the history of time and all. So, let us start with measurement of time. Measurement of time. So, about the time, you people have studied in the beginning of this chapter, where we called a time as one of the 7 fundamental physical quantities. What is time actually? Time is a fundamental physical quantity. What it is? It is a fundamental physical quantity. But to measure time in the ancient days, people used a simplest way, that was a day. Simplest way to measure time was day. Time was what? Day. Now, they considered a day to measure the time in the ancient days, but this day seemed bigger. It seemed what? It seemed bigger. The day was very big. From the morning sunrise to evening sunset, they considered it as a day, and that time period which is between sunrise to as well as sunset, that was too much bigger to handle. So people wanted a time in a smaller terms. People wanted time to be in a smaller terms. So Egyptians, like 1,000 years back, they divided the time in terms of, or they framed the time in terms of 24 hours. And they divided this 24 hours in terms of somewhat like 60 minutes as well as 60 seconds. There comes quarters as well as thirds, etc. So that I will not be concentrating because it is not important. Now, you may wonder that why this number 24 is used. Why not some other numbers used to frame a day? To frame a day, why only a number 24 is used? Because if you pay attention, this 24 is such a number that it is quite easily divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as well as so on. It is easily divisible by all these numbers. So, to make the number to be divisible easily by all these numbers, they got this number 24 into an account. Now, you may wonder that how time is measured. We all know right now we all have a certain devices, so-called clocks. We have a clocks to measure the time. But in ancient days, when the time was determined, when time was came into an existence, how people started measuring the time? People started measuring the time using one of the instrument called sundial, or we call it as sun clock. What we call it as? We call it as sun clock. Later on, it was replaced by pendulum clock. It was replaced by pendulum clock. It was replaced by pendulum clock. After that, this also been replaced by a so-called atomic clock. Atomic clock. So, in today's session, we will be concentrating only on atomic clock, because at right now whatever the time we are going with, whatever the time we are measuring, it is all being done with the help of this atomic clock. With the help of what? This atomic clock. So in today's session we will be concentrating only on this atomic clock. We will be not going with the sun clock as well as another one so called pendulum clock. The main thing what you have to observe here is how to measure the time. How to measure the time, on what basis the time is been measured. So let us start with this atomic clock. All these things for your theoretical purpose, I mean for your theory examination purpose, even for your competitive level, this concept is not that much important, because we have not encountered with many of questions from this part. So it is all about a basic thing which you need to know before going to start with so-called physics. Now let us understand what is atomic clock. What is atomic clock? What is atomic clock? Atomic clock. What is atomic clock? You people do know what is clock. What is clock? Clock is nothing but a device, right? Clock is nothing but a device which gives us an idea of time, Say for example, it is 9 a.m., something like 10 a.m., 7 p.m., whatever the time we go by with, it is all given by with the help of clocks. Now, why only we are concentrating on atomic clock? The question comes, right? The question arises in such a way that why only atomic clock is being considered? Why not some other clocks which can be considered, right? So why only atomic clock? Because in particular, we are discussing today about so-called cesium 133 atomic clock. Cesium 133 atomic clock. Now one more question strikes to you people, that why only cesium? Why not some other atoms? There are some other elements also. Why only we are concentrating only on cesium 133? Because this cesium 133 is very much stable. This is very much stable, as well as it is too accurate. You can tell that the cesium is very much stable, as well as it has got too accuracy to measure the time. Now let us understand how this cesium 133 atom is used to determine the time. If you pay attention towards the electronic configuration of the cesium atom, let us go back to some of the chemistry of the cesium atom. If you go with the chemistry of the cesium atom, here you can easily see that the electronic configuration of the cesium atom, it has got some 6 orbits. How many orbits are there? There are some 6 orbits are there. And it has got 55 electrons. How many electrons it has got? It has got 55 electrons. See, out of 55 electrons, 54 electrons are filled till 5th orbit. Till 5th orbit, all the 54 electrons are completely filled. Now, in the 55th electron, whatever is there, this 55th electron I am talking, this 55th electron is in 6th orbit, is in 6th orbit. It means there is only one electron which is present in the 6th orbit. See, this 55th electron, this is 55th electron, starts or makes transition. What it makes? It makes a transition. From where to where? Transition from lower level to higher level. When the transition is made from lower level to higher level, we call it as, in terms of physics, we call it as hyperfine levels. So whenever the electron is making a transition between hyperfine levels, it emits some of so-called radiation. It emits some of radiations. And due to transition, the electron vibrates. Electron ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Vibrate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Due to this vibration, it produces some waves. Produces what? It produces waves. See, whatever the waves are produced, these waves do have some properties. These waves do have some of the properties. Properties like what you may call, this wave do have time period. It has time period. And also this wave, whichever is produced, it also has amplitude. It has amplitude, as well as it has some cycle. It has some cycle and etc. See, I am literally considered with these waves. Why? Because these waves are produced due to the vibrations, and these vibrations are made due to the transition of electron. Which electron? This 55th electron, which is present in cesium atom. See, whenever the transition is made, it vibrates. What it does? It vibrates. See, these vibrations, whatever the electron is making, let me write here. If an electron vibrates, 91, 92, 631, 7770 times, then it leads to 1 second. It leads to what? 1 second. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ 55ನೇ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಸತಿ ವೈಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ 1 second. What is second? Second is nothing but a SI unit. SI unit of what? Time. SI unit of what? Time. Whenever you compare a day with second, a second is too small. This is how we define 1 second. Okay, I will be writing the definition after this, but try to understand how we framed 1 second. See, it is all due to this vibrations which are produced due to the transition. If you are not comfortable with the explanation whatever I have given here, you try to analyze the situation with the help of some diagram. Okay, let us consider these two are some of the orbits. These two are what? Orbits. This is a lower orbit, say call it as this is the higher orbit. Say for example there is an electron here. Now what happens if the transition in a physics language, we call these two levels as hyperfine levels. What do you mean by hyperfine levels? It means that the levels are so small, the gap between the levels are so small that the transition which can be made from the electron will be done very fast. Or else if there is a lot of gap between these two levels, it takes lot of time. Electron requires some more time. But as these are too small, as these are very small, it jumps too fast. The transition is made too fast. Now, in such case, what happens? Whatever the electron which is present in the ground state, it will make a transition to the higher level. It will make a transition to the higher level. A transition. Whenever a transition is made, it means literally it is vibrating. ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಳಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇದು ಈ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್, ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್. The vibration continues. Whenever the vibrations are happening, it produces radiations. It produces what? Radiations. It produces what? Radiation. If this is all a story about an electron which is making one vibration. ಅದೇ ಥರ if this electron completely vibrates how many times? These many times, 91, 92, 631, 770 times, then it is called as 1 second. Then it is called as what? 1 second. This is how we go with the measurement of time. See, this is all this process. Why we are required with all this process? Because it gives the accuracy, or it gives an accurate time. This is why we go with cesium 133 atomic clock. Now, if you want, you can take a screenshot. Later on, I will be writing a definition of second, which if in the examination, if they ask you for you people to define what is 1 second, for they may ask for 1 marks. Till now they have not asked this. But if they ask, or for you people to understand, I will be writing the definition later on. But for till then, take a screenshot, or you start writing this. Fine. Chalo. Let us define 1 second in terms of physics. How you are going to define 1 second? Time taken for vibrations of radiations produced due to transition of electron between two hyperfine levels is called as hyperfine levels in cesium 133 atom. Then it is called as 1 second. Then it is called as 1 second. Then it is called as what? 1 second. This is how you define 1 second in terms of physics. Now, see here, cesium atomic clock, whatever to measure the Indian Standard Time, it is being used by National Physics Laboratory in our India, and this cesium atomic clock is very much important to measure the time, to keep in terms of standardity. to keep in terms of standardity, as well as and what I can say is this atomic clock, whatever we studied till now, it is all based on the vibrations whatever it is making. On those vibrations only what we do, we define second. We define what? We define second.